You've got to be kidding me. And man, I'm telling you. You wonder why I've always said Team Corrali, for some strange reason, just always misses the mark. This is exactly what I'm talking about. That should not have popped in my eyes, man. That should not have popped, man. Oh, man. I'm telling you. I don't know, man. I really did try to give Team Corrali a shot, and I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm just out here to have some fun. We did get one jump, and then the other one, I mean, it didn't even hit the tree. Like, I mean... All right, so anyways, I'm out. You should get out and rip something like I'm not. Okay, so what did that mean? Did you ever just have one of those days where it just seemed like, you know, you went out to do something or went to go out either accomplish something or to have a good time or whatever, and then literally minutes into either you having a good time or whatever, minutes into it, there's an issue. Well, that's kind of what happened with the Team Corrali Kronos XTR. For me, I was out to have a good time. I had been, you know, working, doing stuff. You come back, you want to just take out an RC car. It's been a while. You got a smile on your face and you're ready to rip, right? I mean, now does that mean that I am now against Team Corrali and that's it, I'm out of here, I'm selling it, or am I going to throw it into my trash bin like my trash bag? You know what I'm talking about when I say trash bag. No. Maybe at that very moment, yes, that probably was the case. That I was thinking that way, that I just feel, or I felt slighted, because you got to remember now, anytime anybody has talked to me prior to about Team Corrali, now this is just on a personal level, not on a platform. When anybody has talked to me about Team Corrali, my attitude has kind of always been, nah, I'm cool. And then my explanation of that was always, for me, Team Corrali just always seemed to miss the mark. And a couple of people have asked me about that. Well, what do you mean? And it's hard to explain. Each vehicle that I've looked into, design-wise, just, I don't know. It just was always something that just made me say, no. So, and that was until this. So that was until the Team Corrali, or that was until Team Corrali brought out their roller XTR, which is very similar to the roller of the Kraton EXB. Now, that's pretty bad when you think about that, because roller versus roller, out of the gate, the Team Corrali, all right, wait, let me back up just for a second. The EXB Kraton, right? That roller. Out of the gate, like my first or couple initial trigger presses, I was like, wow, this is great. And I thought the same thing about the Team Corrali. However, my Kraton EXB couldn't even go through one pack. So that's why that is part of the not one pack club. Right there. Not one pack. Hashtag not one pack. If you've got one of those vehicles, put the hashtag not one pack. The rear diff, my rear diff blew out on this Team Corrali. First issue that I had was breaking the rear wing. Now, I know why the rear wing broke. Obviously, the thing took a pounding on the rear wing. But I have seen other vehicles take my similar kind of poundings and survive. So I think when it popped off, I was kind of like, all right, no big deal. I knew this was the reason why it popped off. It's this piece right here. I knew that the little, pretty looking, red grommet washer things, I knew that those are what pulled through this plastic, and I got it. I understood. I was like, okay, no big deal. I just wish that this was a little bit more flexible. Maybe I wish the wing was more flexible, but the wing actually does seem like it's a little flexible. Although it does kind of seem more rigid than the Kraton EXB. Well, I'm sorry. I am doing a comparison. There's a lot of talking here, so you might want to just like skip to the end or something. I got my coffee. I got my bagel. Do you have yours? The wing really didn't bother me because I knew. I mean, I was like, all right, you know, it was on 6S, you know, the whole everything. It did do a bunch of smacks onto that wing. That is a part that should probably pop off. I think the negative, though, is trying to get this piece. I think that's the negative. All right. So instead of going through trying to get this piece, what I did is I did a couple of stainless steel washers that basically took up that circumference or that area so I could get the wing back on. So I was happy. Take the vehicle out. I'm now on 4S, a 9,000 milliamp Z-Pack, 100C Z-Pack fit inside there like a glove. And we're not talking O.J. Simpson's glove either. It fit perfectly. So I was like, yes. It's got a 1650. I've now got a Game Changer fan on there. I got to strap in my Game Changer fan during that fake crash. The Game Changer fan came unplugged. But that Game Changer fan is actually working, well, beautifully, because when I did put my hand on the motor, it felt like the temperature of the motor when I first took it out. Yeah, like I said, this is a lot of talking. The first jump, it crashed. Because it crashed beyond my quick jump that I made, I didn't even know if it was going to make it, you know, across. And I was just like, nah, it's not going to work. And I needed to try it again because I saw that maybe if I just gave it just a little bit more, gave it just a little more throttle pressure, maybe it would, you know, just make that. But still, it was putting this thing in harm's way. When you think about it, it really was. Where am I here? Yeah, 7 minutes. 7 minutes already? Like I said, this is going to be a lot of talking. This is what I do. This is what I do now, guy. Get used to it. So hit the jump the second time, and it flew. I mean, here's the clip. No kid, are you? Don't you? I mean, come on. That thing flew and reacted beautifully. I was just like, yeah. I was like, now this is how it should be reacting. Then I lined up for that second jump. Now, I already knew I was kind of off. And when it jumped, for a split second, I thought, did it have enough power behind it to make it to that tree? And I was thinking no, because I didn't squeeze it full. I just gave it enough just to kind of get that nice jump. But I was still kind of thinking, there's a possibility. Now, when it landed, it did land a little nose heavy. I probably should have just gave it a little bit of trigger pressure and it would have corrected it. But there was a whole bunch of things that you just don't realize what I was thinking. Because of the angle. Because of, you know, all the pieces of tree that were leaning up and kind of like piled around that tree. The reason why I didn't give it trigger pressure was because what I was afraid of is if you saw the way it was going. Oh, gotta watch out for them trees. It was going this way. If I gave it some trigger to correct it, would have had additional wheel spin, okay? That wheel spin probably would have launched it into the tree or those logs or whatever you want to call them. So I didn't want to do that. So it's not that I don't know how to drive, but it's not that I don't know how to drive. It's what I split second thought in my head. If I try to trigger pressure it, it's gonna be worse. So I expected it to just do exactly that. I expected it to do the tumble, and it did. And when I got up to it, I didn't hear the Game Changer fan, which was the only reason why I was, I would say I needed to rewrite it anyway, because it doesn't self-write by the trigger. That's what I call self-writing. So anyways, it's probably wrong, but whatever. Where are we? 9 minutes. All right. I'm getting to the point. So when I got over to it, the huge disappointment was literally seeing the XTR with a popped, how about if I just call it a ball joint? So when it landed, it obviously popped out one of the ball joints. I was kind of upset because of what I had, basically talked about. Another YouTuber, he's got one of these XTRs, and you know, I had been, you know, kind of like a quick little back and forth with him on the Facebook group, and I think it was the Facebook group. I could be wrong. Like I say, everything that comes out of my mouth is the truth unless, like, I forget. So I'll just say it that way. I speak the truth, but, you know, am I ever wrong about any of that truth I speak? Yeah, because I get so much going on in here, man. You have no idea. There's so much happening that, you know, I try to do my best to, you know, say exactly the way it is, how I see it, the truth. All right, so I was just frustrated. So am I done with Team Corrali? No. This was just a mishap. It was a bad landing. There is a known issue with these. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to, maybe I should just keep it on this because this is doing me. Now, you know what? I'm going to switch over to the GoPro. We're going to try and figure out what's going on with this Team Corrali XTR Kronos. You know what that is? This could be a fix. We'll see. All right, so let's just get into this. All right. Yeah, I know I don't do the all right. As good as somebody else. All right. But he hasn't copyrighted it yet, so I'm good. Or trademarked, whatever you call it. So this is the one. People might be thinking this is the one from my Creighton EXB. It's not. This is actually from the Mojave. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take the ball joint. I wanted to take the ball joint out of here, and I wanted to compare it with the one that's in here, which is for the Team Corrali. So obviously I got to take off the wheel and stuff, but I just want to see what's going on here. Don't leave your LiPo batteries like in your vehicles, and make sure you unplug them and all that good stuff. All right, so wheel wrench, got to take that off. This is the one that I use. This is a Hobao wheel wrench. And this is just, I love this thing. Like, I use this thing. This is the one that I like literally always try to go for. Yeah. All right. Kind of has a similar look to the EXB. So anyways, gonna pop this out. I'm gonna take off this ball joint right here. If I do that. Oh, is that thing impacted with that much dirt? It is. It's impacted with that much dirt. Holy smokes. Yeah. I need this on my drill. Where's my drill? That's what I need. I don't know why I'm struggling doing this by hand. What's wrong with me? There is dirt impacted in there. So here's the Team Corrali. It's a little washer. Basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just looking at like the wear points, where it's wearing. You can see there's no wear in this section right here. There's a lot of wear here, which is probably just, I'm assuming this might be the upper part because the weight is sitting on it like that. That's the assumption. So I'll pop out this one. Oh, can't tell if that was bent. And then I'm gonna pop this off. And that was super loose. So that's got thread lock on it, but guess what? Look at where the thread lock is sitting. So that has thread lock on it, but look at where the thread lock was sitting on that fastener. It's sitting at the top, not even where it's going in with the threads. That's kind of messed up. All right, so here's the unit. Pull the unit out, just checking the pin. Pin looks good. The axle's straight. I'm going to pop this off, which is going to require... These are great. These are just called a Y wrench. So these are great. So I'm going to pop this one off. You can see it's in there. A good amount of threads. Oh, my paper towels, guy. Now see, the ball almost doesn't even seem like it fits that little cupped section enough. It's like what it does, it's not like wrapping even around it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'd want to see just a little bit more wrap, but who knows? Maybe that just has to do with, you know, break-in or something. I don't know. So what I want to do is I want to clean this side. I wanted to kind of inspect this for any stress. Ah, look at that. You can see. You can see the wear. You can see the edge has just really worn. I mean, how many times have I driven this? Like twice? This bottom one is definitely loose. That could definitely be tightened up. And I can definitely see how would this have pulled through? It does take a significant amount of force to pull that through. But I wanted to get a look at this one. So let's just pop this out of here. Different type of tightness. So this has a way different type of tightness to it. This cap. It also has an O-ring where Team Corelli doesn't. A little piece popped off. Now see how that piece more seems to cup and surround it, where the Team Corelli, oh wait a minute, this ball is bigger. Oh, this ball's bigger. Wait a minute. So somebody had mentioned that the ball on the Corelli, so the ball on the Corelli, I'm coming in at 13.75. The ball on the Mojave is coming in at almost 14. So, if I stick, all right, let's stick it in there. Let's see what happens. Is that literally, that's literally what I'm going to have to do, isn't it? So one thing that I'm noticing right off, the Team Corelli had a spacer, which spaced it out. So there'll have to be, so this is going to stand it out slightly. So this is actually going to kick out the front a little bit more. Give it a slightly wider track width. Now here's the question. I was just curious. See how much slop there is. So this is Mojave. It just, even the Mojave one fits that ball just so much better. So I wonder if I should take and put these in. I wonder if that's, is that blasphemy? If I do that? Oh, wait a minute, this actually fits this. Sorry, this is how it works. Now that actually fits that mint. But I wonder though, could I use these ones? Because these from the EXB are tighter. So it's the threads nice and loose. Then when it gets to the O-ring, it tightens up. And this might want to be the route you go, man. You know that? So what I want is the slightest amount of drag, but no movement. Like, you know what I mean? No slop. That's it right there. That might be the way to go, man. I'm going to pop out the other ball. I'm going to see how this goes. That's the route that I'm going to go. I'm only going to do... I think I should just do this one side. So the only thing that may be an issue with that is how far these dog bones, well, not dog bones, well, they are fitting in there. I mean, it does seem like it's all right, though. See, what I was thinking is that it was going to kick it out just that slightest amount. I'm going to go ahead and throw some thread lock on this. Because in my belief, this should be thread locked here. Well, I mean, it was thread locked. It just wasn't thread locked where the threads were. Oh, I don't like this new thread lock. It's going to use a little bit. Stab it through. That might be it. I'm going to leave the other side alone, just so I can do it kind of as a test. So what I did end up doing is I used both the capture cups, or the, forget what the actual name of this. I'm just going to call it a capture cup. So it's the ball joint capture cup. I did use this out of the, I got rid of the one that was in the Team Corrali, and I used, this is just from a regular Mojave or a Creighton or whatever. So, man, I wonder if like the whole unit could be like changed and used and all that stuff. But I'm just going to get out there and rip this thing. That's the whole point of this. But I just wanted to show what I ended up doing was basically what I'm sure other people are doing, is swapping out these ball joints. Swapping out the ball joints. Oop, cross-threading. No! Nah, why are you cross-threading me? Don't cross-thread me. It's still cross-threading. Why is it cross-threading? That one's going in crooked too. What the hell? Is the thread not the same? Has to be the same. This one went in mint. Watch it literally be different. No, it's not. Never mind. It's all right. I just haven't had enough coffee this morning. What's your excuse? Still feel just the slightest bit of tweak. Anyway, so what do we do here? Measured out the balls. Realized that Team Corrali, whatever's going on here, their balls are actually slightly... Team Corrali's balls are slightly smaller than Arrma's. Arrma's got bigger balls, and kind of shows. Oh, it's horrible. I just gotta stop. I don't know why this isn't threading, man. This is not threading into there. So anyways, either way, from my stock Mojave, those ball joints, the ball joints from the stock Mojave, fit the Kronos XTR, almost call it an EXB, fit the Kronos XTR, and I think really what the test is going to be, is right now, I'm going to take this thing out, and I'm going to continue launching it. I didn't charge the battery up. Everything is the same way as it was yesterday, except for now this left side, or driver's side, American, this driver's side now is running Arrma ball joints. So I am out. I'm out ripping something. What are you doing? We'll see you guys on the next one, I hope.